Hey guys, nice to have you back with me. It's been a minute since I've updated you all on how I'm doing and what I'm up to. So here I go. Here's a brief update and some random thoughts on specifically, the nature of relating. I can't help but notice, right? I'm a bit of an observer. I think many of you are probably observer types, right? Where you're kind of like honed in. You're looking, you're watching, you're collecting data. I like to think that I'm mining for social data. But why? Why am I interested in social data? Well, it's because I want to play with it. I want to experiment with it. We have the world of, science, where we're sort of like, we're doing some sort of, study where we're manipulating a variable and we're trying to control for externals to kind of see like, what's really going on here? What are the causal relationships? I would say that for me, I'm sort of experimenting, right? I'm doing some sort of like scientific sort of exploration of the emotional facts. And it seems that these facts, they're dynamic, right? They're changing. But there's an element associated with healing. There's an element associated with energy, and it's related to a way of being in relation. And this way of being in relation sort of opposes these concepts of neuroses, right? Where these like rigid, there are these rigidity, and there's this sort of dampening down. There's a lack of spontaneous relating associated with our core wounds. And for me, I see nothing more meaningful than building a life where I am engaged in spontaneous ways of relating and being in the world, as much as that's practical and obtainable, right? Because I see that as feeding the human soul. We're feeding the soul and we're building culture. I do believe that the modern culture it sort of pushes down on these ways of being in the world. We worship the God of utility. We're worshiping efficiency, productivity, even social status, but without what have, I believe, been traditionally afforded to those in social status, which is this deep sort of understanding of the needs of the tribe, right? And I'm thinking to myself, where are we going? Because it's not helping our mental health. Why? Because it's not nurturing our soul, our spirit. And we have to deal with the soul and spirit matters, right? If we're going to build a culture that nurtures, right? And I think this behooves us, especially if we're parents or if we're in any position of authority in the society. If we have authority, we must defend the soul. We must defend the spirit, the value of the human person. This is very important. So here we go. We're on this journey of life, are we not? And it's really quite interesting. So for me, how does this all relate back to what I'm trying to do? So I'm trying to give you guys an update here, the practical stuff. Studying the kidneys, kidney failure, chronic kidney disease. Of course, these problems with the kidney are related to problems of blood sugar, surprise, and hypertension. The concomitant sort of this synergistic sort of reality of destruction of the endothelial lining, right? With stress, is why people are dying and why they're suffering and why doctors are just throwing meds out like no tomorrow. We have to take seriously this understanding of energy. Where does energy go? Is it being used efficiently? What is our metabolic flexibility? If you're a physician in training, wake up and get to work, save the world by helping people take this seriously in their lives. And I understand you can't control that. You can't manipulate that. But you can listen to your patients and you can try your best to be firm and loving, right? As you move through your day. So here I am. I'm trying to bring the reality to you guys. The reality of chronic disease and its overlap with all these psychiatric manifestations. So I'm studying the kidney. I'm moving through my pathophysiology course. I didn't do very well on one of my tests, so I'm fighting for an A right now. I've got like an 89. of course, what's new in my life? I'm just always on the edge, right? Just living on the edge. That's what I've always done. And I've always felt, goodness gracious, I have the ability to get a 100. And that builds sort of my motivation and sustains me. So I need to be motivated to do my best. So here I am trying to study the kidney, kidney dysfunctions of fluid and electrolyte imbalances as well, and the problems associated with these things. So that physical stuff, But I have another sort of journey I'm about to embark on. I was accepted to do psychoanalytic training at Emory University, which is very exciting to me because, I'm going to be able to adopt, this identity as a psychotherapist, really begin that journey. I've been sort of informally studying psychology for a very long time, and originally was on the path to become a clinical psychologist. And I love science. When science is studying human behavior and human emotion, I think that's fun and interesting. But when we sort of take it away from the more personal aspects, I get a little bored, right? So my dream and my goal is, how do we bring these things together? This is what physicians should and ought to be doing. I want to rise to that occasion in what I do every day. So I'm going to start psychoanalytic training. Essentially, they have an academic program and then a clinical program. Once I'm a certified psychiatric nurse practitioner, I will be able to begin, hopefully, clinical training there as well. And my goal is within 5 years to open my own private practice. The private practice will combine holistic, integrative, functional medicine with psychodynamic understandings of how relationships sort of work and how they don't work, with nutrition, right? And I'm sort of, I'm going back and forth between how I want to kind of build this here, but there needs to be a structure that I build upon if this is all going to work out the way I want it to. It seems like I'm seeing the patterns. The patterns are, look, you got the blood sugar issues, the insulin resistance, really fundamentally, and then you got stress, emotional stress associated with lifestyle choices. We have to rein in, right, these factors, these really practical sort of realities if we're going to take control. We have to take control, but homeostasis, right, of the body influences the psyche. So I want to attack the body. Not attack the body. I want to take the body very seriously. Once we start to sort of understand, oh my goodness, this is who I am. I'm not just mind. I'm body and mind. Oh, I am relationship. Oh, okay. Now I can start to build my life, because life is supposed to be built on reality itself. And reality is where life starts to take on a whole nother meaning. This is where resiliency comes from, when we're able to sort of to face and confront. So this is my vision. So I'm excited about all of that. So yeah, I'm going to try to upload videos from time to time, but we'll see. I'm going to be taking on more, basically, about a month here. But my goodness, opportunities, right? Opportunities to talk to clinicians, to meet clinicians, very competent and successful psychotherapists who are doing the work, psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers, other people who are very interested in the social and the intrapersonal, that which is going on within the mind, the subconscious, the semi-conscious. I currently believe that, we are aware of dynamics that emerge, but we're not always as aware as other people, right? So we're somewhat conscious of certain things, but I don't think we're ever truly unconscious. This is something I'm going to explore, and we're gonna kind of work with that and see where I end up with what I believe. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I really am happy to share these thoughts with you, and I appreciate your support as I move through on this journey to helping people heal. And maybe we can spontaneously relate. Maybe we can experience life, all of its sort of joys, and really embrace its sorrows as well, to live fully and wholly. And that's living, is it not? Okay, see you guys soon. Bye-bye.